Hey guys, welcome back to Fly By Night Reviews Hot Takes. I'm your host, Kiren.
And
Today, me and Dom are going to talk about the current state of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus. As you can see, we are currently doing this remotely. We figured this is a little bit easier sometimes if we just want to chat about a certain topic. We don't have to plan a day to meet up, and we can just kind of do this. So, let me know what you guys think of this format. But let's jump into it, Dom. We've kind of discussed this
right.
recently. The quality of some of these shows on Disney Plus, like feeling kind of
Yeah.
not like super
Yeah.
well put together.
Right. Yeah. It's not even limited to Marvel, but yeah, Marvel is the big headline right now. So, but yeah,
Yeah. I
all
think
kind of feeling samey.
what?
They're all kind of feeling samey and have kind of they're okay, but not great. But yeah.
Yeah, they kind of, how I was always comparing the Marvel shows with like Game of Thrones or,
Yeah.
all these other shows. It's like it felt like there was almost like they were big movies. They weren't like shows. They were like just kind of beginning, middle, end. And TV shows are kind of like open ended for the most part. I mean, but I guess there was issues with Daredevil because that was on a Netflix. It started on Netflix for a while. Now it's like moved over to Disney Plus.
Right.
Um, and I
And
guess
now
they're
kind of they're not really saying if it's a reboot or a continuation. I think it's now turning more into a reboot.
Yeah, because they're not bringing certain actors back, but keeping other actors
Right.
from the original.
Mhm.
But just in terms of, I guess Disney this whole time they weren't creating pilots for their TV shows, so they were
Right.
basically just having like producers come in and say, "Hey, we want to make this show," and I guess Kevin Feige figured, okay, the method that we use to make our movies, we can just apply it to TV
Right.
shows
Yeah.
and hence
It doesn't work that way.
yeah, I guess they kind of found out the hard way. And I'm not really familiar with how they make TV shows. I know they do pilots typically, and they have like showrunners who like kind of like help with the show and everything. But yeah, it makes a
hmm
lot of sense, especially Secret Invasion. It felt very disjointed. Each episode was kind of
Yeah.
like didn't really.
They don't focus on having like they want there's like an overarching thing, but they don't focus on each episode having its own beginning, middle, and end. So it kind of stands on its own as a piece of a larger whole. But yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think they put into consideration if like, okay, if you don't have Disney Plus and say they say some kind of plot device in one of their shows and you go see a movie and you're like, I didn't see the
Completely
show.
lost.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think what they're gonna do now is they're gonna adopt what they do like for like network TV or some of these HBO shows where it's like they're gonna like really kind of like keep one writer or one director or producer or whatever and kind of like make sure that it's like running smoothly.
hmm
Um,
Yeah.
which honestly, it's taken them this long to figure that out. Like,
Yeah. You gotta. Yeah. Like I know they kind of like the guy who was in charge of Disney after Bob Iger left, kind of freaked out during the whole pandemic and tried to push as much stuff out. And now they're scaling back, but still, it's like trying to push all that stuff out and not really um, the quality control on it wasn't greatest.
yeah, I mean, I think what they were expecting was the streaming service to just like make a bunch of money, and I think now that
Yeah.
they're realizing, okay, not we're not getting a lot of subscribers, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to like save money now. And you know, pr- who would have thought producing good shows would get more subscribers? Or like
Yeah, they wanted to get as many subscribers quickly as possible rather than trying to go for a long term game. They went for the short term.
yeah, which I mean, I guess they assumed like the pandemic kind of like made them feel like, oh, people are at home, let's take advantage of this. But now that things are kind of going back to normal, and it's a totally different landscape, and I'm for it, dude. I mean, I'm like down to actually see quality shows that are like
Yeah,
handled with care.
make us wait for, and make it more of an event. But
Yeah, for sure. And I'm assuming it isn't just Marvel; it's Star Wars as well. Because
yeah,
like we said in our reviews, like it always felt like these shows kind of like they're not very like they're skipping out certain story points, and it's just like they're limited to
and
six
then
episodes and 8 episodes.
yeah, yeah, like you were saying, you felt lost certain parts of Ahsoka because you didn't watch Rebels or Clone Wars. It was very much felt like if you had watched it, you probably would have known things a little more.
Exactly. So that's a very good point, because it's like that's pretty
Mhm.
much what people going into these movies are going to be like. Hey, like I don't know, like the
Right.
crazy, Amelia Clark's crazy arm and Secret Invasion. When did that happen? When did she get Drax's arm?
Her shrunken Drax arm.
But
Uh,
yeah.
Still not as bad as that. What was it? That deer from Walking Dead.
Well, see, that was an
But
example. Walking Dead is an example of a show that's gone on for too long. It's like need to end that shit. Well, they did, and then now they have like 7 different spin-offs.
I the only spinoff I watched was the Fear the Walking Dead in the first season, and after that I was over it.
Yeah, yeah. I lost interest a long time ago. I got over that real quick, but yeah. Anyway, if you guys want to leave any comments, let us know your thoughts on what Marvel's doing. Do you think it's a good idea to kind of, take their time and produce really good stuff? Let us know. Leave a comment. Also, let us know what you think of this video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Yeah, let us know, and we will catch you next
I
time.
like it. Peace.